Hey gamers, thanks for tuning into Fire Chicken Review. Today we're going to be talking about Keyforge by FFG. That's Fantasy Flight Games for those unaware. And we're going to be talking about their print and play product that they have out. And if you're like me, you tried to print it and you're like, I don't want to go to the local store, try to figure this out. It's going to come out as bad quality. I'm going to show you that I just printed it off on my printer there. And you'll see the difference here. But you got companies like Aegis here that I reached out to, and they said, yeah, well, we're more than happy for you to show our product because you know what? People want, they want that satisfaction, they want that quality control, they want to make sure that they're actually getting a good product. And I'm actually surprised that FFG didn't decide to sell this themselves. So, but you know, it's an opportunity for companies like Aegis here to print and play and to satisfy the customers out there that want to get some great product. So let's dive right into it. And the first thing I want to see, as you can already see actually, is the key racking here. And the key racking is the first of the cooperative adventures that you can play with 1 to 3 players. And this card is beautiful. It's just a gorgeous card, and I'll be diving a little bit more into it. So like I said, this was given to me pro bono, so I can review the product, but don't worry, I'm going to actually talk about, I'm not going to just say, oh, everything looks fantastic. But the first thing that you'll notice right away is the art does really pop here. And I'm going to show you, like I said, a couple of my own cards, and I'll get back to the key racking here a little bit later. So let me put the key racking and the tide card aside, and let me show you. So when I went to go print it myself, I printed off on sheets like this. So if I was to take the comparison of Aegis's cards versus what I printed off, what you can see is the quality of print. And let me know how you see it in the camera. So this is what I printed off. I never did get around to cutting it off, and I just used normal paper. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. You may be able to print it slightly better than me. Not maybe. You will be able to print it slightly better than me. Why not go to a custom print company like Aegis and get it done? But hey, let's make sure that they actually have good quality. So the first thing I want to talk about is, yeah, let's compare the cards here, right? So the first card that you see here, so there's the print. It comes out, and hopefully it comes out well that you can see it in the camera just to show you how much. The art is a little bit too light. I would have liked it to pop a little bit more versus when you look at this card here, the art really does pop out. This is probably one of the biggest bonuses for this custom print job, is that they did a really excellent job of getting the art. It's very vibrant colors. And if you're like me, and don't worry, I'll be sending a link so you can actually look it up on FFG's website. The quality of the images that they use, I think it was about 2 to 3 megabytes, which isn't the highest quality, right? So when you go to print it off yourself, you're gonna, FFG has mentioned that to print it off, and you'll set it in Adobe so that you'll get 9 per a page, and it'll come out like this. And to me, it's probably a little bit easier to see it in person, but hopefully my camera shows off. The vibrant colors are a little bit blanched out. I would have liked them to pop a little bit more. And of course, I just print this on normal paper. If you had better paper, you would have been able to do it there. But the colors that you get with Aegis is excellent. The colors, this is my favorite thing. It's just the colors really pop. Like, they did a really good job. I don't actually know how they got this well, because you'll notice certain things. When I say the quality of the images were a little bit lower, if I try to show you, if it'll let me here, no, it won't, because my camera, but if you try to look at the name here, it's supposed to say the key racking on the bottom here, you'll notice that it's faded out. On a normal Keyforge card, you would be able to see that with no problem. And that's not the quality of print that they did here, it's just the quality of the images, because you'll notice it on mine as well. You can't actually read it, and that's purely because FFG didn't give larger quality of images. So FFG, if you're watching, I hope in the future you do the same size, but you also do one for those that want to print and have a better quality, that it's a little bit bigger, maybe 16 megabytes or who knows? I'm not someone that normally prints off my cards, but the image quality could have been a little bit bigger, and it would have helped out there. So just showing off some of the cards here. I'll just scroll through some of these. They're just excellent. Like, look at the quality here. Just vibrant colors, super saturated. Just, they really, like, these are, I would almost dare say, a little bit nicer than the average Keyforge cards. Like, if you were to go and buy a deck, I actually think the color saturation here that he got off, and maybe it's just a set because it is, the colors themselves are really nice. So it would be hard to say without FFG printing it themselves, but they haven't, so I can't compare that. But yeah, the quality here that you're seeing, just absolutely excellent. Just look at these cards, right? Just really popping out here. The image quality, just fantastic. So just showing you a few of them. I know I'm going through them a bit quick, but that's fantastic. And another thing that they did that FFG didn't do, and this is top notch, is that on the back of these cards, a little bit of extra flair that Aegis did was they said, you know what? How are you going to know which set this is? Well, let's put it here. So they put Keyforge Adventures there. They put the key rack in as well, and then Rise of the Key Rack, which is the cooperative mode that you're playing. And this looks extremely sharp. Please, FFG, if you ever do print these yourselves, you need to copy this company because they already did you a favor, and this is how the back of the cards, in my opinion, should look, or it should have some sort of Archon image. But in this case, this is a perfect example of what I think it would look. And this is, like I was saying, Aegis themselves, the company there, that did it, versus when you print it off. Unfortunately, when you print off the cards, you'll notice that it's just more sheets. There is no back image for these. When you put it in your sleeves, if you're using non-clear sleeves, but it's a cooperative mode, it won't really matter. But to me, I think having the image on the back is really cool. So they did a really good job. And like I said, look at the quality of the print like that. You can't tell me that the colors aren't popping. Like, the colors are really popping. Now, I do have some cons I want to talk about here, and it may be a little bit hard to pick up on the camera. So one of the things is that the way that these were cut, when you feel the back of the card, it has a slight raised edge on the back of all their cards. And when you sleeve it, you won't feel it at all. And this is just part of the cutting process. Unfortunately, it just feels slightly like a raised edge. It's hard to explain further than that. I asked them what type of cutter they use, and it's just part of the process, unfortunately, there. And then the other item here, let's see if I can find it, is that one of the edges, I believe it's the top edge here. No, let me just grab all these cards. Easier here. One of the edges, and here we go, it's easier to see like this. And if my camera will let me, it's probably because I got that image there. No, oh, here we go. So I don't know how well you guys can see that there, but you'll see right, there we go. You'll see that the edge here, when it was cut, there's just a little bit of a bump there. And that's on all of the cards, I noticed. And you won't notice this at all when the cards are sleeved. It's barely noticeable. Like I said, yeah, you won't notice it when it's sleeved. But it's just a little bit of a imperfection, right? So I gotta nitpick because I'm doing a review here, and you can see that when you're playing it, again, you're not playing a competitive mode, so it's not gonna give you any sort of advantage because all the cards are like this. But it's just a little bit of a thing. I wish when the cuts came out that they were perfect, but hey, it's a slight thing. Like, if you're telling me that I'm just gonna have that, the raised edge, like I said, as two minor items that are both dismissible when you sleeve the cards, but you get this awesome print quality, that's fantastic. And the third negative that I do have to talk about is that the shipping, unfortunately, because of everything that's going on right now, it's not the company's fault. The shipping is a little bit expensive. I'm up in Canada, and if you were to purchase this, The shipping is a little bit expensive. You can check out the website. They are trying to give you different options, and the prices are manageable. Like the cost per one of these sets, I think it's like 20, 30 bucks. Very manageable. It's basically a little bit more than the price of a deck or two of Keyforge. It's just the shipping. I wish was a little bit cheaper for the consumers out there. But there's nothing they really can do, because when they do ship it, when I got this product, and from talking to other people that got the product, it shipped really well. Like there was bubble wrap. They made sure that it was super protected, so the cards wouldn't get damaged at all. When I ship cards out, I just put in a bubble mailer, and that's it. But they went out and they did a few extra things. But enough about the shipping. I just wanted to talk about some of the negatives. Getting back into it, like I said, look at these beautiful cards. It really pops out there. It's fantastic. Love it. And the best for this one here is I wanted to show this big card. Is this comes with the key racking set. Like, look at this. You want to talk about how I said the art really pops. They did an oversized card so that when you're facing this boss, for lack of a better term, I love this. So like the average gamer, they're not going to go out and make an oversized card and print it off themselves. So this looks absolutely fantastic. I think this was a great job. And again, you can see that actually FFG did do a large image for this. So this is why they were most likely able to do this and capture it, because I think there was a 16 megabyte image just for the key racking. And that's on this one, you can finally see it says the key racking at the bottom there. But the other ones, you couldn't see that there. But absolutely beautiful card. Kind of interesting that they chose to do like a grayed out, like you defeated the boss here. I would have liked to maybe like it have been crossed out or just something different, but cool nevertheless that they did a black and grayed out on the back image. And this is the same, right, as their other card. So if you don't want to play with the oversized card, they give you both the options. You can have them there. And yeah, kind of just a cool little feature that they added to that set. So I said they gave me two. The other one that they gave me was the Abyssal Conspiracy that comes with this beautiful thing. Now, when they originally gave out the sets, FFG did kind of a weird job themselves. So it's not the Aegis, the company that did this print job's fault, but they didn't. From my understanding, they didn't print these out right away, or they didn't have the image up for this right away. But nevertheless, I guess when they sent out the first few, when I say they, I mean Aegis, when they sent out the first few, this didn't come with it, but they did the fans a favor and they said, hey, we're going to go back, and they mailed out on their own dime to each person a set of these. And what is really cool is that you get this that I'm not going to go and print off myself, and look at that. Same image quality, it looks fantastic. But they also gave cards, so you have 6 cards here that can make the image, and this is pretty cool. I'm probably going to set this up wrong and then take way too much time, but look at that. So I think this is on the go if you're playing Keyforge, because it's going to be hard to carry this, right? I like that it's the same size image, and they just put it in the card form, cut it up so that it's the normal size Keyforge cards, as you can see here. Just the same cards that you can take Keyforge on the go. So that's a really cool aspect that they did. And I believe, and this is because I didn't print off this set, is I believe that's how it would come anyhow. But just a nice little feature. And again, for the cards here, they did a similar aspect. I absolutely love the image quality of these. Like, look at the colors on these things. Like, you can't tell me that these don't pop. I mean, it's not just it's not just Aegis that did this. Like, we gotta recognize that the artists that did these cards for Keyforge did a really good job. Like, the colors really pop. I love these images. I apologize that my camera is going in and out here, trying to show you this. But look at these. Like, these really pop. Like, just absolutely look fantastic. Ah, I love these cards. Showing some more real quick here. And again, for this one, they did the same thing. And I gotta tell them, they gotta keep doing this because this looks great. Like this, if I was looking at it, it looks like it is. I'm like, hey, is this an official product? Where can I buy this? Because now I'm gonna go to the FFG. If they ever come out with a product, they're not gonna have this back end. But like, you guys made a fake copy. This is the original, awesome copy, right? Yeah, I just love that. This whole idea of Keyforge Adventures. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have you played it yet? And yeah, let me know if you've. The idea of a cooperative Keyforge is just fantastic. And then, of course, the evil twin creatures coming out and having the black boxes. Just beautiful art. So I wanted to show that. And the other aspect for this one here, give me a second. So those were that set of cards. And again, getting a little bit long-winded, I apologize, but for those that are interested, that wanted to see all the cards, wanted to show you all the stuff. So these are the locations for, so for this one, you actually set up a little bit of a tableau here where it's going to look like this. And so you're going to pop this out. Now, you know what, Aegis, the only thing you didn't do is you didn't give me this ship. You didn't give me, I wanted this actual ship. How come you didn't make me a 3D print job of the ship? Am I asking for too much? 100% I am. But joking aside, what you set up here, and I'll probably talk about in a review of both of these game modes. These look fantastic. Like, this is a great way, in my opinion, if you love Keyforge, to play in a cooperative mode, and now you get a company that's coming out and doing a great print job. It's going to catch the eyes as other people are dropping by and be like, hey, what's this game? And you're going to be like, well, this is Keyforge. Come stop by. Maybe they don't like playing one-on-one and they don't like the competitive, but they want the cooperative version. So you can either decide, hey, you can print it yourselves, like I tried to do here, or you can look at companies like Aegis here, and you can say, hey, why not go to and check them out. So again, covering the positives and the negatives here. I think the biggest bonus that you got from this company, well, there's a multiple, is that the color saturation on these cards, absolutely fantastic. Like, you cannot tell me that this card, like, look at that, that's fantastic. Like, the colors really pop here, and that's just huge. Just looking at that, colors popping, that's a big thing. The price point is good. It's just the shipping, a little bit of nuances with the card stock, just how it was cut, which I forgot to mention that all their cards are 300 GSM for those nerds out there, so it's dual coded as well. Don't ask me what that means. The only thing I know is that it does have a different finish because it's dual coded versus linen finish, which is like, I believe that's the finish that you would normally see on most competitive card games like Keyforge and Magic and all that. So the finish is slightly different, but that doesn't matter because I talk about all this like you're a nerd and you're like me, you're like, hey, that makes a big difference, but it doesn't. What really matters, in my opinion, is that the image quality is great, because what you're going to do with all these bad boys, except for this oversized card, I don't know what type of sleeve you would put this in, is you're going to sleeve these cards. And I tried out these cards sleeved. They feel absolutely normal. Same size, same everything, right? And so go ahead, check out this company. I'll be linking in the description all their stuff. So Aegis Games, I give this a very good, like it's pretty good. The only, with those small negatives, it would have been excellent, but I would go and get future sets, and I would recommend you guys check them out. So let me know what you thought of the review. Have you played the cooperative mode? Hit that like, subscribe, all that stuff. No, I'm not going to go into that. If you like this, I do this for the fans. I'm going to start pushing out some more videos, and we're going to get right back into it. Let me know the new camera setup as well, what you think. I got a pretty interesting rig here, but I'm still just learning, so we'll go from there. So that's all for now. I talked enough. Go out there and play some Keyforge, guys.